would like a tall cup of coffee and a grande cup.
Is that on?
Yes, ma'am.
That was my bad. It fell this morning. Sorry about that. There you go.
through all of this, my safety has never been a concern of anyone. Not one of these people who claim to ever care. See, if I have a panic attack from rampant abuse, including neglect, it's because I am being taken advantage of, I am being abused, I am being harmed. If I give you a tiny taste of what I go through on the average day, you flip your wig. Oh my God, Sean, you're the most horrible person to ever live. Hey, you were looking for an excuse. That's because you're a punk. Just like everybody who lives here in Tillamook. There's some nice people. I will give them that. But there are no good people. Not one. Now, there's a lot of stuff that, like, of course, those racist old farmers over there wanted to talk about their guns, and killing people and dead folks and stuff like that. That's okay. When I talk about how I choose not to kill people, choose not to own guns, and choose not to blow stuff up, those racist old a-holes make a complaint and magically I'm a horrible person. Well, you know what? While the lady over there at McDonald's said that Nick didn't want me recording over there for the employees' safety, well, here's the thing. The customer safety needs to be important as well. And that evidence shows that those racist old dudes were the ones talking about killing people and shooting people and all their fancy pretty firearms. Somehow it's wrong for me though, right? You also get to hear what the Republicans are. That's weird. Republicans, that's Abraham Lincoln's party, and this is also very heavily the racist party in America. The anti-homeless party, the anti-poor people party. There's a lot of people whose favors were not favors. They were not helpful. They were not useful. Matter of fact, they were counterproductive. And people not listening to the actual safety issues and safety risks that I have going on. They blow me off. Like it's no big thing. Like Farnsworth was no big issue.
She's weird because she nursed her when she was the baby.
Enough of my friends are dead that I have every right to be angry. I've been assaulted enough that I have every right to speak up and every right to be heard. Natalie Bollinger and her friends were on drugs. That doesn't make it okay to hurt me. My friends and family stated very loud and clear that I don't do drugs. I'm not into drugs. That I spent my time rescuing people. There's a lot about my life that people didn't know about me because they didn't bother to find out. A lot of people assumed I was some sort of a computer genius because I had a computer. No, I had to go to Josh Hughes for help with my computer. There's a lot of people here in Tillamook that are pissed off that their personal business is live on YouTube. I only have 1,300 subscribers, but the channels that continue to slander my name over the death of Natalie Bollinger, like, what was it, the True Crime Podcast, And what was the other one? Sword and Scale, episodes 109 and 110. True Crime Radio. What was the other one? There's like, I don't know, so many. They all claim to be true crime podcasts, but none of them will look at the evidence. They just keep, well, you can tell listening to the podcast that none of them can keep their story straight about me. They didn't bother to fact check. Nobody did. Nobody does when you're homeless. They assume your guilt and that's it. No matter who it is. The other homeless people that know me, yeah, they knew I was telling the truth. They were still cowards, forced me to record them and put them on YouTube. Don't be a coward. You got innocent people killed. I will not forgive you. You also get to see how nonchalantly the police treated me about all of the assaults and the threats and the abuse. And none of my friends helped me to turn it in. Lots of people claimed that they would, but no matter what, they didn't have time. They claimed that they would help, but didn't have time. Then they'd help, then they didn't have time. Back and forth and back and forth. See, this is why homeless victims are treated so horribly. Because none of our crimes are ever turned in. It's not that we don't try. It's that an officer can easily throw away that and say, well, it never happened. And nobody's going to care to actually investigate. Nobody's going to go look at the security cameras in the police department unless it's them to destroy the body camera evidence or the police evidence. That's what I needed. I needed a friend or family to care about my well-being, about my safety, to actually care. Here in Tillamook, I have been threatened and harassed so many times, I have to go to crooked cops. Because nowhere in America do police see homeless as human beings. Because nowhere in America do the American people see the homeless as human beings. When you're homeless, you can see how much you are loved when you get a dog. People will actually give you money and tell you it's for the dog. They'll give you dog food, but no burger. So there you are, you're trying to carry 50 pounds of dog food in dry bags and then another 50 pounds of canned goods. And you're going, man, I've been sitting here all day long and I can't carry all the dog food I have back to camp. Matter of fact, it'll burn me more calories to walk that back to camp than I've had today. A lot of y'all want to pretend that because I got food stamp that I've always had food stamps and that I'm mooching off the system. No, I got injured. Injured. There's a big difference between taking a mental health check and being disabled because you were injured. Now, for a lot of these people, they wanted to point me in directions that I've already been and assist me none at all in turning it in. As far as people like Monica go, she went out of her way to make sure that I wasn't able to do any of this in her office with her, that I had to do it over the phone at a time when I didn't have a place to plug in my computer or look at the evidence or shuffle through all of my massive quantities of paperwork. I needed a place to do that. They're not going to provide me with a place to do that. They played ring around the stupid on that. All of these services did. They offer me things too. Oh, well, you know, we have community, or we have peer support. I don't need peer support. After 6 months of jumping through services with you, yeah, where is the peer support? I'm out here on the streets. I'm seeing who my peers are. Where is this peer support? And how is that peer support going to help me to turn in the crimes that were committed against me? Huh? How is that going to get me a place to process the evidence where I'm not stuck in public with all of this going on? You can hear it. You can hear the radio thing and the other people talking and the machines in the background, and I got to try to make phone calls where I have to tell people my phone number and my social security number and other people's phone numbers and social security numbers. And you know, that would have been a lot easier done in person. It would have been a lot easier done. Not forcing me to post it on Facebook and YouTube to prove that I did, in fact, tell the truth, and the police didn't. Neither did the Bollingers. Police will literally go out of their way to make any excuse not to investigate crimes against homeless people. And the people here in Tillamook, just like everywhere else in America, they don't actually care. Here's a sandwich. We were nice to you. You owe it to us to do this and to do that. No, I don't owe you anything. I am kind to people because I choose to be. And if I am not kind to you, then maybe you should think about what it is that you did to screw things up so badly. Maybe you should look at all of the abuse that I have endured while you pretended like you were going to help me and never followed through. In between, when I first went to Kayla Trujillo about the issue, when she was going to help me in December of 2016, over a year before Natalie was killed. Did she ever get around to it? No. We were finally going to get around to it when I was in her kitchen and got the phone call that Natalie Bollinger was missing. Rather than listening to me, her and her brother and Raja, they all wanted to talk over me. Tell me what to do, what to think, what to feel. Tell me she's probably just out hanging out with friends. When she called me up on December 13th of 2017, Natalie Bollinger, told me I messed things up way worse with her family. She messed things up way worse with mine. Her family was trash from the start, and it was never okay for me to be harmed over her family, over her predators, over her dad, and the things that he did. It was never okay for me to be treated like I was a Ted Bollinger, or a Tim Beeson, or a Rose M. Kelly, or a Danica Garner. It was never okay to treat me like I'm an Angela Wade, or a Michael Albert. It was never okay to treat me like I was a Robert Franklin Warnick, or a Polly Olson. My predators slandered me to the public and used every tool at their disposal to make me a target for the public and to deprive me of any and all resources that I could have possibly had to defend myself. There is nothing good about this country, and there are no good people in it other than me. You notice how in 6 years of Hades, 6 years of repeated incarcerations for turning in cops, where they had to drop the charges. It was just an intimidation thing. Let me know that they could hurt me whenever they wanted. They could deprive me of my rights whenever they wanted. Whenever they wanted. They could ignore any and all crimes against me, and do you know why? Because not one of you ever actually cared. I don't have the right genitalia to be a victim. I'm not the right skin color to be a victim. And my disabilities magically don't matter because of the color of my skin and because of my gender. The crimes committed against me, I'm supposed to just take and say thank you and have a positive attitude about. Isn't that correct? Idiots. All right. This guy right here, this is literally the building I'm in, the room that I'm sitting in, and of course, the same exact seat. So obviously, same exact location. There's even the same staff on duty today. That racist old guy, and his dog is so wonderful. It's this guy here. He kept on calling me the N-word, seemed to think my name was the N-word. Now, I spoke with law enforcement in Hood River about this man. I spoke with law enforcement in the Dalles. I attempted to speak to them about this man and to turn him in. I also attempted in the Dalles. I also attempted here in... this isn't the only recording with him. So go back. There's also... is it this one maybe? Nope, that's not it. That's a conversation. This one right here is also with that racist old guy. Notice the name of the camper. It's a Dolphin. This is outside of Tillamook. It's actually in the Tillamook Forest on the way here. He just kept following me no matter where I went. I've got 2 or 3 of them, other ones on here with him. I've also got audio recordings with him. I just have to dig through. That's why, thank goodness, electronic devices write down the date for it. And that's one of the things with so many of these issues happening and happening so rampantly and so often, is that having the date there on the electronic device allows me access to that. I had to try to make police reports without these electronic devices, and I also have to try to process this crap in public. All right, so this is Katie Saltzman. She's missing from Beaverton, Oregon. When I was in Chapel, Nebraska, she was going to come down and try to help me, but there was a fire outside of Beaverton, and her and her husband and their children disappeared for a bit. I've only found one person who's had contact with them, and she's afraid for them as well, so there is that to consider. Looks like the stuff on here goes back to January of 2021. But see, if nobody looks at this, you know, like let's say, for example, here's the guy from Hood River, right? And this guy has been harassing me for a while. Now let's imagine that this guy, even with all of the evidence that I have with him, let's imagine that that guy pretended like I was stalking him. All right, let's pretend that he claimed that I am stalking him and he was just trying to get me to stop. Well, he wasn't trying to get me to stop, he was stalking me. And if he tries claiming that these things were things that happened after he tried to turn me in, well, it's time and date stamped, but only if the cops take a look at it. If they just assume that it's true, or they want to believe it because their bias tells them, or because they've done something wrong and it's in their favor, it creates very big issues for me. It makes very big issues for everybody. I've shown this one on here a few times. We can, I suppose, get on the internet here and see about some of the other ones that I have with him. Is this one with him? We'll find out. I know there's a few while I was on the trip. I think that one might have been at a rest area. Not sure though. Obviously, this one is at a rest area. Um, there's also another one on my YouTube channel. Well, 3 or 4 of them on my YouTube channel. I kind of clustered them all together a while ago. There was a lady who was going to help me to turn it in, so that's what I was trying to work on. That's either, I think that's me cursing there. In my videos that I was playing, I was explaining the situation that had happened and also trying to show some of the evidence of what happened. The police did everything that they could to help my predators to get away and to prevent me from being able to turn in the evidence, something that they continue to do to this day. Of course I speak out. What American wouldn't? Oh yeah. We're not Americans anymore. It's every man for himself. Well, I was able to get this started, which is nice. Oh, here we got stupid people typing stupid stuff again. Now, obviously, these people don't necessarily mean hateful things by this, but this is ignorant stupidity. To type, well, I wish you the best. Focus on yourself and not others, and the right people will come into your life. Bless up. That is dismissive as hell, and I'm going to tell you why. The problem we have in America, we the people, we, you say don't focus on others. I'm not focusing on others. I'm focusing on the abuse that has deprived me of the resources that I need to even take care of myself. I can't even defend myself. I can't go to the police about abuse because they'll send me to mental health. Mental health will send me to the police and they will go back and forth. Each one of them I got to go to. They're getting paid to do nothing. And it's your money. I don't work anymore. I'm not capable. Now, if I was capable of healing up a bit, I might be able to do some small jobs in the workforce, but not as things stand. This whole focus on yourself, not others, and the right people will come into your life. Bless up. He literally said nothing there except a bunch of dismissive crap. None of that helps. All of that is dismissive of me and my situation. I know you meant no insult, but your ignorance is projected. Sorry, I should type ignorance and assumptions. And I'd have to change is to are, correct?
No, I've never seen that. And I still haven't been. And I told her a while back, I said something about She's the one that's really about to Would you be upset if I gave him the police when you started?
I typed to him, Derek Cumberbatch, all of that is dismissive of me and my situation. I know you meant no insult, but your ignorance and assumptions are projected by your suggestions. The abuse I take, still, while stuck in public, results in mental breakdowns I am hummed over as if I'm a criminal. People told me to be patient. Told me not to focus on others, but then, of course, I don't get to focus on myself or others. I'm focused on basic survival and having to defend myself against slander and the things that people harm each other over, which is this slander. Obviously, if it's legal for my predators to do these things, it is legal for me to do them. If you were going to charge me as a criminal for committing acts that you told me were not criminal acts as an officer, and then you're going to arrest me for committing those acts myself, well, perhaps you should not have lied to me and misled the situation with the law. That is called entrapment. You intentionally lied to an at-risk and vulnerable adult in order to achieve your own personal gains, much like my friends did. They cared until I was out of money. But no matter how much money I had, getting them to look at evidence or even to stop screaming at each other was impossible. None of these people are good people. They just let it happen. When it comes to mental health, you have to have friends or family help you when you first go in. That first meeting is the most important. Here's the difference between the cops I'm trying to turn in and a friend or family member being in that position. If a friend or family member goes in with me or makes the calls with me, they can explain my disabilities and about this situation and verify that it's not some crazy cockamamie thing that I'm inventing in my head because I'm a nut job. So let's take a look at what I've searched on here. Oh, come on now. Here's a good one. This is the lady who took my phone full of evidence in Tacoma, Washington. There's a whole bunch with her. Also, I found Teresa Macelia's page, which is very cool. God, what was it I was looking for in specific? Oh, that ain't it. Go up to the corner here. Go to your channel, I think. And then I found out about this just a few days ago. But you can go on this. That's not it. All right. OLD. Here we go. Tillamook County Sheriff's deputy assaults 14-year-old girl. Copy link address. We're going to go to Facebook and make sure that we post this on the Tillamook Police Department's website. not recording makes it so that my environment is unsafe because anyone can harm me at any time. This guy likes that I said bad advice, apparently. The Aware Foundation. This lady wanted to I don't know what happened there. Oh, they took down the one with Natalie Bollinger. Yeah, there's 3 of these in a row that I sent. And apparently this one this is one of the links that we'll take a picture of the court. Well, I guess I can't at the moment. Says I'm interacting with Sean Schwartz. Chat, friends, pages, groups. So I guess I'll start there today. Unicorns. Who doesn't love unicorns? Anyway, the Aware Foundation was one of the places it was. Oh, I should let them know. I make videos about missing people, and I made one on my YouTube about you folks. I'm glad you exist, even if you did help share falsehoods. You didn't do so maliciously and finding Natalie was your goal and mine, so no grudges. Thank you for what you do. Be thankful. So the content not found, that was a thing where she had posted in the Aware Foundation a thing where they were claiming that I was arrested on run-related charges. No, I was assaulted by Boulder Police Department for trying to turn in evidence. They were able to keep all of that out of the courts and keep their body cameras out of the courts by trying to pretend like I was some sort of schizophrenic nut job. All right, so this right here is the Aware Foundation. I typed on this one. Of course, I have posted about both these people missing from Virginia. Sean Alexander Heiner and Isabella Sherricks, both of age 16. We'll click on hers because they're the ones that you care about. She's got blue-green eyes, dyed blonde hair. So she's got blonde hair and blue eyes or green eyes. She's short, 5'3", weight 180. Salem Police Department is asking for public's assistance in locating a 16-year-old juvenile from Salem, Virginia. Isabella Sherricks was last seen at her residence around 9:00 p.m. on March 31st, 2023. Vehicle surveillance shows a vehicle backing down the alley near her house at 12 a.m. It appears to be a smaller SUV or crossover with a taillight that's out. According to her family, she may be with another missing 16-year-old juvenile that was last seen March 20th, 2023 in Bedford County, Virginia. It's possible both may be in the Bedford County area. There is a reward for any information that will help locate Isabella. If you have any information on Isabella's whereabouts, contact Salem Police Department at 540-375-3078. So, of course, they did type some mean stuff and share some things that obviously were slander. And now that she's aware that those things are slander, she took it down off of her site, which I'd rather she'd have left it up there because it is evidence. But as we can tell, content not found. She did remove it. I sent her some stuff so that she's at least slightly aware of what's going on here. Kaylee Gray is still missing from Roanoke, Virginia. So we'll look at this one as well. This is Kaylee Gray. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. 14-year-old Kaylee Gray is missing from Roanoke, Virginia. Age 14, hair brown, eyes brown, height 5'3", weight 145 pounds. Beware Foundation. Oh, all right, 17 hours ago. This is local. This is Port Orchard, so we are going to share this immediately to my timeline. It's not real local, but it's within a 4-hour drive. So let's take a look at it. We'll see what we can come up with. This is an abduction situation. It's different. All right, so we've got Archer James Susie, male, birth date 3/27/13, age 10, height 5'4", weight 70 pounds. Phelan Susie, female, 3/27/13, age 10, height 4'9", weight 68 pounds. Must be twins. Ember Pauline Susie, female, 3/19/17, age 6, height 3'9", weight 50 pounds. Hazel Ann Tree Susie, female, 7/30/19, age 3, height 3 foot, weight 30 pounds. Have you seen these children? If you see these children or have any information about their whereabouts, please call 911 or contact the Kitsap County Sheriff's Department at 360-337-7101 and reference case number 23-1-00205-18. or the Lynn County Sheriff's Department at 541-967-3950. Joshua Lee Susie, male, 8'3", 85, age 37, height 5'11", weight 230 pounds, hair brown, eyes brown. This is a nationwide search, and Kitsap County has issued a warrant for Joshua's arrest for first-degree custodial interference and domestic violence. Oh, you mean kind of like what they did in Oregon with giving a 14-year-old girl to a man who is not her father and assisting that man with feloniously traveling with those children to Florida. Yeah, Oregon's pretty bad about that stuff. It's pretty important medical information, so let's make sure we get it out there. Hazel has a heart condition that has required her to be on regular medication since she was 2 weeks old. She is currently not receiving this medication due to Josh's attempts to withhold the children. Are you sure about that? Are you sure he wouldn't find a way to get those medications? Let's see. Putting her in legitimate physical danger. She also has a metabolic disorder that can send her into metabolic shock and cause seizures if her dietary requirements are not met. So this right here is the case of a father who is being denied his rights and says, you know what? I'm not going to play any more of these games. I'm going to take my children. We're going to go somewhere safe where I don't have to deal with this crackhead lady anymore. I'm seeing a father who loves his kids. I still shared it though. Here's another one, Nicholas Black Horse. I shared this one as well. Age 25, hair brown, eyes brown, height 5'7", weight 135 pounds. The Robeson County Sheriff's Office is seeking the public's assistance with locating a 25-year-old male. Nicholas Black Horse was last seen in the area of Campbell Soup and C&P Mini Mart in Maxton, North Carolina on March 18th, 2023. Black Horse has a tattoo of a feather on his neck. It's actually 2 feathers, by the way. And Hood Rich tattooed across both hands. Black Horse also has a scar down the middle of his stomach. Both of his ears are pierced. Anyone with information about the whereabouts of Black Horse is asked to contact the Robeson County Sheriff's Office at 910-671-3170. This is what the Aware Foundation does. A homeless person. Oh my God, thank you to this lady. Of course, this probably ain't in the United States, but we can hope. Oh, it is. It says, Michael Anthony Johnson was last seen April 1st, 2015 at a homeless shelter in, 2015, and he was homeless in Woodbridge, Virginia. So I was wrong. It wasn't Canada. And obviously it's an old case, so nobody took it seriously. It says he was wearing blue jeans, a hooded sweatshirt, and blue and white Air Jordan shoes. Michael has a skull tattoo on his left chest area. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Michael Johnson, please contact the Prince William County Police Department, case number PD 15052554. Phone number 703-792-6500. They don't really have anything more on him. 20 comments, 168 shares. That's not bad. Of course, this one's got 228 shares, but it's female. This one's got 248 shares, but it's someone who's a female. This one was just posted up. It's got 78 shares. This one was just posted up. It's got 11 shares. A lot of these end up getting buried too. Ooh, Chief of Police Special Reward Greetings. No, I'm not reading that. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. That's right. And you guys ignore all of the males who have to endure this, myself as well. You tell us to get to the back of the bus. You tell us that we can't be victimized because we're not female. You tell us that we are predators because we were born males. When we're harmed and we try to turn it in, we are dismissed and blown off. If we try to turn in our assailants, we are more likely to be locked up or sent to a mental institution for trying to turn them in. We'll share that for sure. Not that anybody cares. Come on, share it.
Are you wanting it for yourself, or you just wanting to use
All right, so we shared that. Also, if you guys know any missing people, this is what these people do. Obviously, they try to do it as professionally as possible. These people make each and every one of these posts so that they can share it in this way. The missingaware@gmail.com, the Aware Foundation of Virginia.com. So, yeah, this is useful stuff. Their phone number is 833-933-4639. The Aware Foundation is responsible for this page. Let's see if this lady has seen the message I sent yet. No, sometimes it takes them a day or two. Also, I forgot to plug in my electronics, which is what I should have done when I first got here. I plugged in my computer, but I did not plug in this other stuff. Here's some more crap I gotta go get in my car, which sucks. I don't like abandoning my stuff in here, especially since it can be used as an excuse to kick me out, and it sucks having to do this in public, but it sucks even worse trying to do it in my car. Alright, so go to my YouTube channel here. See, this is about Selena Not Afraid going missing. Here's the racist old guy from Hood River again. Here's another one with him. Oh, here's one of the recordings of the cops assaulting a 14-year-old girl, missing 6-year-old JoJo Morales. When I was rescued by a 14-year-old girl in Hood River. By the way, that actually did happen. Sexual predator Gregory Stubbs Jr. harassing a 14-year-old girl. Former deputy assault. That's just me talking about it. This is the stepfather of the 14-year-old girl who was assaulted by a Tillamook County Sheriff's deputy. They conspired to have her locked up for trying to tell on this man and drugged in the Tillamook Adventist Hospital. Tillamook Family Counseling Centers had a conversation right next to my vehicle about it. Here's more stuff with the racist old guy. Let's see. 31-year-old child molester in Chapel, Nebraska. That was Kenneth Zareki. Here's a call to my older brother who didn't answer. Old post to show the truth. Old stuff from 2017. Let's see. Here's one from Tacoma, Washington. This is a drug addict. She was performing her prostitution practices in a stairwell over by the mall over there, off of 72nd, I believe, where the Starbucks is, and the Winco Foods. There's a few of these, actually. I should probably turn down the volume or turn it off. Let me show you the lady. That's just me talking. Oh, there she is. Anyway, she's really messed up on meth in this. And there's also some footage of her throwing some tantrums in the morning, being real angry and hateful. But also, she was harmed on at least 2 separate nights there where I showed up. I heard the screaming and showed up, and she was trying to explain to the cops the next day about the assault that she'd endured the night before. And I heard the scuffle, I heard the scream, and I showed up in time to get there while the guy was leaving. But I encouraged her to call the cops about it, and she said they won't do nothing. And here, I think this is like a week after that incident, and she's messed up on heroin, and you know, she's got an addiction to methamphetamines, but she was able to get heroin. Let's see. We'll change the word old to racist. It's the racist old guy from Hood River. There's another one with him. Let's see, this is a month ago. Here's the racist again in the parking lot of the. He drove by and screamed the N-word at me. He did that a lot. There's a few videos from that time. I got to go through them all, but I have to have a place where I can do so safely. For the time being, this is about as close as I get. Here's another one with racist. A lot of these have them doing their stuff in them.
What you want?
Racism for 2 dogs. Yeah, he wasn't very nice. A lot of racism in this country, so I make sure that I speak out about it. Obviously, I've been on it for a while. Obviously, I've been speaking out for a while.
Bring back the ad shot.
This might have been a couple-hour video where it was a whole bunch of telephone calls over and over and over again to try to get the cops to do their jobs. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Water, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all here. Well, I'm
All right. Cops stuck in the road. There's a couple of videos that I don't get why they didn't post up. So maybe I'll click on it and see if I can share. Or did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. Edit video. Maybe that'll allow me to share it. Yeah, we'll cancel this one and we'll see what's going on with the video. Because it says upcoming. Maybe if I put a period here, it'll save it. Maybe then it'll allow me to, because I have a lot of these that are videos that have important evidence in them, and it turned into one of these. No, doesn't look like it's going to do it. March 15th, 2022. So it's waiting on me. So editing the video isn't going to do any good, because there's no video there.
I have time. I'm patient.
Oh, then I'll take your seat then.
I had up anyway, and my legs feel like they're getting a lactic acid buildup. Yeah. You guys don't have any bananas today. Did you guys stop selling them all together?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of them sold. Yeah, we got this one. There's two of them going out. It's a refill.
Cheers, man.
Okay.
Gracias. Thanks, sir. You're welcome.
All right, so I'll be going to the bathroom, and then I'm going to be making a video for Cody Kerf. Most people don't like being called out in public, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. He's been very kind to me, and I want to say thank you. So when I get done pottying, I'll come out and talk about Cody Kerf and how he did the cops' jobs for me. What it came down to is cops not doing their jobs and preventing a safety issue for me by ignoring any and all crimes against me and forcing them. But it wasn't just law enforcement. People wanted to harm me and use slander as an excuse. Well, slandering my name doesn't make it okay. And slandering somebody in court, well, that becomes a whole bunch more crimes right there. So tomorrow morning at 7:20 a.m. I gotta go to PFCHC or something like that. Because PFCC is unproductive. Sir, I believe that's a left-handed shopping bag. He had it in his right hand. Jared, I figured that must have been. I like it.